bright rainbow right here. Okay, fine. Let's move on. Another one. Right here. This is a fruit. Oh, he just slid right out of that hole. Another rainbow. Next one. Oh my goodness. Every time he drops it in. Nice rainbow. That one. Yeah, these things don't fight hard at all. This one's barely for him. Oh, got off right in there. Still rolling? Yeah, good. This little bite, you can imagine. I put him in the sun. Soft, soft, soft little bite. You really got to be paying attention to that. I can see how these would be really fun on a fly fishing pole.
There you go, that's the spinner. Number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Here's the little guy.
Josh Bendoski here from BendoskiPowerFishing.com, and we have a super exciting video for you today. We just got back from our very first trip ice fishing up in the high Uintas of Utah, and we caught over 75 trout, beautiful trout. We got rainbow trout, brook trout, tiger trout, graylings, Arctic graylings, which are pretty cool. Those are strong fish. And ice fishing is just such a very different experience, very, very cool experience. And we started our trip at a place called Trout Lake in the Uintas. And there's a lake above that, about an hour hike in the snow, and you'll see that in the video, called Star Lake. And Star Lake had bigger fish, but we weren't catching as many. And maybe because we hadn't dialed in the technique yet for this lake. So we were up at Star for probably an hour or two. We got some bigger fish, you'll see that. And then we hiked back down to Trial so that we could catch a lot of fish. We wanted to really catch a lot of fish. And a couple of interesting things that you'll see in this video about the technique. Let me go into the rigs and the setup. I'll put some on the screen. I don't have the pole here with me, but on the screen as I'm talking, I'll play it. So with ice fishing, the bite is very, very soft, and what you have to use is much softer. And so we have actually launched, I'll throw this in there, our Bendoski Power Fishing subscription box. And it comes with all kinds of stuff. The cool thing about this box, and the unique thing of it, is that we fish all these lures ourselves. This is not stuff that we get from somewhere and we throw in the box and try and sell it. I fished all these lures myself. I'm the one who created this box, and we have caught hundreds and hundreds of fish on this box. And I've been talking about it for a long time, but it's finally here. You can go to BendoskiPowerFishing.com and you can pick up one of these boxes. But you know, when we were getting up there, we were trying a couple of different things, and you'll see in the video. But what we ended up landing on was a glow white jig head. 132 was the trick, and the pink too. I caught quite a few on the pink. The white definitely was catching more, but the pink worked as well, with a mealworm on it, a live mealworm, and we also caught some with some butterworms too. And the technique in the video that you'll see, well, but first let me talk about the rods. We used the Abu Garcia ice fishing rod, and I'll put it on screen. You'll see us using them. We used quite a few of them. I had two, and Eric had two, and Preston had a few other things that he was using, a few other rods, but we were all using the same, once we got it dialed in, the exact same setup. Well, so we had 10-pound braid, and all the way down with about a 5 or 6 foot 5-pound fluorocarbon leader. I mean, really small fluorocarbon leader, really thin diameter. So the fish couldn't barely see it. And so one thing that I will mention is that in part of the day, I did go straight braid. I went straight braid, and it was not nearly as effective as the braid to a fluorocarbon leader. Now, it's not always that way. Sometimes you can get away with straight braid, or you can get away with swivels and things like that, but these fish were finicky, okay? And interestingly enough, we went on the far side of the lake. You'll see where we are, and then in the background you'll probably see 20 or 30 other ice fishermen. We were the only ones up at Star, of course, because it was an hour hike to get up there. It was really challenging, to be honest with you. We had a sled and all of our gear, and just it was an adventure for sure. And you'll see that in the video. A beautiful scenery, but it was a tough hike for sure. But what we ended up doing is we went over to, when you go ice fishing, in fishing, little tips and tricks, that's why we make these videos for you, are so valuable, because as we were leaving, and I don't know if these guys were saying this to shoo off us because we weren't necessarily locals. This was about 2.5 hours from where I live in Utah. But when we were leaving, we asked 3 or 4 different groups of people that were, and they said they got skunked. I don't know for sure, but they were all on the closest side to where you can park, the parking in trial. And you'll see that. You'll see us get out and stuff like that. And you'll see a bunch of people had tents and things. Anyways, when you go ice fishing, this is just a tip for you. When you go ice fishing, you want to look for a stream or an inlet, something coming into the lake. And what that does is it brings fresh oxygen, fresh nutrients from upstream. And so the fish are going to, in general, I mean, that doesn't always happen this way, but in general, they are going to migrate over there. And so because we hiked up that kind of up the river anyways to get to Star, when we came back down, we just set up shop right there at the base of that inlet, just a little ways off, so you didn't, we wanted to watch out for unsafe ice. You definitely don't want to be falling in the ice. And so we heard it cracking all morning too. It was just a pretty interesting day, but phenomenal for fishing. But either way, so we started fishing right over there by the inlet where the river was coming in, and it wasn't totally frozen. They still had running water, so fresh oxygen, fresh nutrients were coming into the water, and so that's where we set up. But it took us a while to dial it in, and once we did, though, man, we started catching a lot of fish. Like I said, over 75 trout, and the real trick that we learned, and these were smaller trout. I didn't even break out my measuring tape because I'm used to catching much bigger fish, but this was ice fishing, and this was up in the high Uintas. It was a unique experience, and a lot of different types of trout were up there. The graylings, the Arctic graylings, that was cool. So anyways, but the main trick, what we learned, and what we caught so many fish on, is a mealworm on the head, on the jig head, the one that comes in the box, and these are good for a lot of different things. There's a lot of different ways to use these. This just happens to be what we were using for this ice fishing trip. It comes in this box. But anyways, a fresh mealworm, and then you drop it all the way down, and then just tick it up. Just drop it all the way down to the bottom, so you can feel it hit the bottom, and your line will go slack, right? It won't keep dropping. And then reel it tight, and then 3 or 4 seconds, and then just tip it up just about an inch and a half off the bottom. And then they would hit it. And it was a really soft bite, very soft bite, almost felt like you might have been just tapped another rock or something down there, but boom, and then you could hit them. And they were really not fighting hard. These are, it's ice fishing, so they're cold fish. They're not gonna fight super hard. They're only biting a little tiny little jig head with a mealworm on it. But man, once you dial that in, boom. And Eric, he's the one who really caught the most fish this day. I mean, he was nailing them. And like I said, I'm used to catching a little bit larger fish. And so in hindsight, I'll bet you the first, quite a few fish that I had on, I probably hook set them too hard and popped the hook through their lip. I probably lost 20 fish that had I been a little softer as as the day went on, I kind of dialed in exactly how to hit them. And I could feel their bite just almost, just a barely bite. And you could tick it and you'd hook set them. But once we figured it out, and that's one of the reasons we're making this video, is because these are the tips that if you were to go to an ice fishing lake, these are good tips. how important the fluorocarbon leader is and a really thin diameter. You know, we were using 5 pound, but the fish were small too, so it didn't make that big of a difference. But it's not like when we're up at Strawberry and you feel them hit and you're ripping them and you know, and zipping them in. You got to finesse these fish. You know, they're smaller and you can pop that hook right out of their mouths pretty easily. So you got to just do a little hook set. When you feel that almost imperceptible bite, boom, a little hook set, and then reel them in. And man, we caught a ton of fish. And that's the technique. That's what we used. And like I said, we nailed them. So here's the video, the full video, and go out there and catch yourself some fish. Ice fishing season.
Okay, as you can see, this is a cold one. Look at the gear we're wearing. Golly. Eric's back. You guys remember Eric?
How's it going?
Eric's coming from the catfishing video out there on Utah Lake. We're up here, way up here in Star Lake. We got Preston over here too. He was at the Strawberry, over 100 trout in one day. And right now we are getting ready to gear up. We're gonna actually hike in. And I just want to show you how cold it is up here. This is serious. Okay, check it out. This is Trout Lake right here. We already got quite a few ice fishermen out here getting into it. And so, with you buddies, and here we go. This is the ice. Fresh ice. Whoa. Okay, check it out. You can see how cold it is up here by what I'm wearing. Man, we're still going to go to the next lake up. The one that you can only hike into. We're just leaving the lake where we crossed over. Now up into the mountain. Here we go. And we're going up higher. Okay. I think you really need to carry it, man. Okay, check it out. Back here with Eric and Preston. And what's this lake called, you said? Marion. We've been on Ashford's hike for what? 45 minutes at least? Yeah. I'm wasted, man. I needed a break. But either way, check it out behind us, and then we're still going to another one. Super exclusive, so we'll see what we catch. Okay, just to see how treacherous it is. Eric was down there on the side. See that first foothold right there? And the track's right in front of it. And then the second one, but he's alright.
I tried to get off the ice and I went through the ice.
Yeah, look, he's a little wet, but he says he's okay. Well, keep going until it gets too cold. Exactly, yeah. Seriously. Because it's cold up here. For sure. Yeah, maybe, but it's been cold. Yeah, I had a cold foot. You would have had a cold foot. Exactly, you gotta have the right gear. It appears that we are the first ones up here, at least since last snow, because all we see up here is animal tracks. So we are the first pioneers of this place for the season. Whoa, can you help with that one? All right, we made it. We are right here on the ice. We got the first couple of holes going over there. We're in Star Lake. Look how pretty that is. But it was a journey to get here. I'm in a ballpark at 2 hours, but only because it felt like 2 hours. I don't know how long it actually was. Preston's drilling several holes, and at the fourth one, we got two back there. We're just checking the two things: the thickness of the ice and how deep the water is. Okay, look at this, Eric's first fish. First fish of the day. Woohoo, look at that. Oh yeah. Pretty red color on it.
Good way to start the day.
Ooh, we got some purple. just to show you the difference, there's another one right here. Look at this other fish. You see the size difference on it. Look at that. Get it up here and take a look at it. Look at it. Now, a little bit more mature. Big one though. Oh yeah.
We are up here at, just coming back down into Trial. You can see it behind me. We went all the way up to Star, which is an hour hike up the mountain. And we had a bunch of stuff there. We did catch a few up there. You'll see those. And we are heading back to Trial. This is kind of a hot spot. You'll see some other fishermen down here, but there it is. That's us coming right back into the...
Okay, here's Eric. Got another fish. Let's look for the rainbow. You wanna let it go? You wanna do it with me? White jig with a mealworm. Eric gets another one. Really small. There you go. Dang. Hey. Picture of it. Careful, everything. Preston got one. Dang. Dang, here we go. No, it's not a bad size too. Oh, yeah, he's still there. Nice. Another quarter. Yeah. There we go. Finally. They don't want to fight very hard, they're so cold, huh? Nice. Preston got another one. Oh, it's really pretty. What is that? Tiger trout, probably. Good job. A little teeny rainbow. What do you want? Tiny one. Good. Oh, that's cool. Wow, that's a really pretty one. Oh, pretty one. Yeah. We're not.
My GoPro battery just died. Preston had one on and both started going right as soon as I changed the presentation. So there it is. To a 4-carbon leader. I was on straight braid. I wasn't getting nothing. And here you go. There's the fish. Okay, we're doing okay today. That's a nice rainbow.
Okay, this is one that we just barely caught on the cell phone. It hooked him right in the eye. Look at that, his whole eye was red. Yeah, hooked right in the eye. Pretty little rainbow. These fish are so lethargic compared to when we're smelling them at Strawberry. They're bigger fish too, but they're just lethargic. Eric's on. Yep, he is. Wow. Beautiful rainbow. Little jig head. And what'd you get on this one? More? Right here. Beautiful rainbow. Look at that, guys. Let's move on. Got another one. We see 2 more. Look at that. Preston's Another little rainbow trout. Oh, God. Whoa. Okay. Oh, for sure. Brother, oh yeah. This is not a bad fish. Hey, nice big rainbow. There we go. I'm gonna Eric another pair. Beautiful rainbow, look at this, guys. Right there, just a little jig net. And this one is the better one. Oh yeah, look at that little guy, tiger, real pretty. It's a good one right here. Yeah, really pretty one. Get a bigger one. Show up at the views real quick. Yeah, there you go. Pretty rainbow. Pretty rainbow. Check that guy out. Oh, got a bite right here. Got another fish right here. This is on a pink. I'm recording. Oh, well, he just swam right out of that hole. Another rainbow. See that, guys? Pretty fish. He gets to go home. That was on pink. That was on pink, basically. Nice rainbow. Guy's gonna need a little resuscitation, I can tell. Oh no, he's ready. Bye. Something like that, yeah, okay. Give me some. Oh, that's pretty rainbow. Nice, yeah, real pretty. These guys are only probably like 11, 10 inches. That. Oh, nice, Eric's got another one. You should hear about, yeah, there you go. Man, Eric, look at that. Oh, two for one. Wow. Look at this, look at that. There's this side story. Oh, look at that. Eric doubles up. There's a release on it. Go for it in. Oh. Yeah, you know what? If this is what you were used to, we're so spoiled because it's brother, but if this is what you were used to, and you want to go out to that bigger lake that we went to, you'll be like, yeah, that's big. Again. And then, oh. Wow, he's so small. Whoa! Jeez. Eric with another one. Okay, look in the background. We got Preston with his fish. Then turn this to me. And we are up here at, we went to Star, but what's this one called again? We're at Trial. The ice is perfect. We've caught, probably with Eric's help, he's been smashing them. Everyone's been smashing them. Over 50 trout. Here's a rainbow. And we'll do the release on it. But this has been a phenomenal day. Nice rainbow too. Look. Oh my gosh, look at this guy. What? Oh, my next one. Don't worry. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Small. Super small. Rainbow. Are you serious? Oh my god. It's like every time he drops it in. Nice rainbow. Got it. Ooh, nice, really bright rainbow right here. Okay, finally, they're catching another one. Wow, that's a pretty one. I can suck one take with that one. Wow. Gorgeous color on it. Keep going back. And that's good. Nice, Preston's got another one over there. Oh, new pass. I'm gonna bring it all the way up out. Doubles, me and Preston. Nice. Preston's over there in the background, you can see him. Got a nice rainbow right here. Real pretty one too. Oh yeah. Quick release. Real pretty one there. Yeah. Yeah. Well, here we go. Another one right here. Whoa! Oh, baby! Yep. There we go. Look at that. They're fighting a little bit. That was on that gold dark pump. Put in the sun. Look at that gray one. You get a picture with that too. You take my picture? Yeah, because they are just small, but look at that. Really pretty. Okay. Oh, try to swim back out. Okay, there we go. Got one. Not a bad one too. Yeah. Might be one of my ex-girlfriends. Oh! It's not a bad size. Rainbow. Pretty cool. Look at this. Look at that rainbow. Get a picture of that one. Nice, Eric just got another one. There we go. Not that big. He's over. Look at that, Eric just got another one. That's a good size too, actually. Got one. Nice. Got him. Hey, is this your cutthroat? No, it's rainbow. Rainbow, yeah. There you go, folks. That's probably, I don't even know how many fish between us all we've caught today, but it's a lot.
Okay, so that's the last fish of the day. We are heading out. The sun is just about to go down. We have caught so many, 50, 60-ish. What do you say? Over that, 70 maybe even. Oh man, yeah, we've been hitting them all day long. It's really soft bite. This is the last rainbow right here. Gonna toss them back, but
last fish today for me.